Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Now we all know that winter is extremely hard on your vehicle. We're gonna give you some helpful tips and tricks today to make sure that your vehicle is ready for the winter. The first thing you'll wanna check is your tires. You wanna make sure, because of the temperature dropping, you wanna make sure that you have enough air in your tires. Typically for every 10-degree drop in the temperature, you can lose about 1 PSI in your tires themselves. The reason why this is important is because you may notice that when it's colder temperatures, you may get a warning on in your vehicle. Well, it's important because you want to have the correct amount of PSI so that the sidewall of the tire does not get damaged for flexing too much. But at the same time, you don't want them to be overinflated because then they'll be too hard to be able to grip the icy and snowy roads. Another thing you want to check with your tires is to be sure you have enough tread to be able to drive through winter conditions. With your tread, you can check it with a penny. If you flip the penny upside down, your tread should go at least to the top of Lincoln's head. So that's your tread depth. If you don't have enough, then you'll want to go ahead and switch your tires over to a new set before the winter. If you have tread that goes right up to the bottom of his head, you'll want to add a set of tire chains to drive in your conditions. One of the components that's most affected by the cold weather is going to be your battery. So that's why it's very important that you take care of it. If your battery is between 5 and 6 years old, you may think about replacing it because it's just becoming too weak at that point. If you're not having any troubles starting it, I know personally my battery in my truck is still factory, which is 10 years old, and it's still going. So it's just a risk if you're willing to take. If not, it's not a bad idea to carry a jump box with you in your car that's all charged up and ready to go whenever you need it. If you do experience any battery issues, remember that it may not be the battery itself that has the problem. It could be your alternator. So you want to take your car to a shop to have them check it out. Now, a common theme you might be noticing is that there's a lot of things that are susceptible to the cold in the winter with your car. Along with these things is going to be making sure all your fluids are topped off. This means your antifreeze and coolant, maybe switch over to a de-icer windshield wiper fluid so that it'll help you get some of the ice and snow off your windshield. Have a fresh oil change before the winter starts so that you don't have to worry about it during the winter. Maybe check your transmission fluid, make sure its levels are fine. And then also, this is going to include your fuel. Whether it's gas or diesel, we do not recommend going any lower than 1/4 of a tank. If you have less than 1/4 of a tank, there's too much air in the tank for condensation to be able to form in. This is gonna cause more water in your fuel and run the risk of freezing whatever water is in the tank. If you have it filled or even a half a tank, you are less likely to have that issue. If you have a diesel truck, you may try adding some fuel additives to keep your fuel from gelling. In addition to these things, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and pack yourself an emergency kit in your vehicle for the winter. For me, some of these things include some sand. If you ever get into a slick spot, you can throw some sand down and it'll help you get out. A coat, you can throw some extra antifreeze, maybe some extra oil. A pair of shoes, if you end up getting out and your feet get wet, you can put a new pair of shoes on. Gloves, a hat, just all the things you might think you need for the winter, go ahead and throw in the trunk of your car or in the box in the back seat, and you'll have it in case you need it. And one last pro tip for you, as part of your emergency kit, take an old phone that you might have lying around the house, charge it up, and then turn it off and throw it in your emergency kit. Any old phone, even if it doesn't have a cell service or cell signal, can still dial out to 911. So with this in your emergency kit, even if your phone dies, you'll still have a way to call 911 to get some help. Well guys, hopefully this information was able to help you travel safe and secure during the winter. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.